Hello, BAME Farm fans. We're doing something we haven't seen in a while. Yes, wood chipping. And this is not because we want to, mostly because we have to. We had a Bradford pear decide to lose half of itself last night before church this morning. This has turned into a fun volunteer job. Anything out and about for us to have bedding. I probably need to move this again. We're starting to overthrow the spreader a bit. Might reposition here soon. So we're shooting down the spreader instead of across. This chipper doesn't throw as far as the old one did. It's only a 1-to-1 gearing. It's direct shaft drive to the blades. It's a Wallenstein BX102RI. And I stole it. I stole it on an online auction a couple years ago. I absolutely stole it. This retails right now probably close to $20,000. I only bought it for $4 and a few bidder's fees, we'll say. And it doesn't have hardly any use. It's got an electric IntelliSense, that's the RI. That means it's like the self-feed, maybe that's the BX, and the RI is the electrical part that controls the feeder real nice. It makes bigger chips because the blades don't spin as fast. If you remember, the wood had belts and stuff. It works best on the 6610 now that we have it sitting so high on these 38s. It's not super impressive. This was all pre-cut up by somebody else this morning. My father was out here cutting this up between masses this morning. And now we're out here putting to the chipper. Like, I wouldn't have made all these pieces so small and skinny. With the feed rolls, as long as it fits, it'll chip, it'll pull it in. But somebody else cut it up. I'm not out here with a slave with a chainsaw, so we'll take it and we'll have this all cleaned up fairly quickly. It's a matter of pulling the pile apart. Well, let's try this again. Now, if it's windy, all the leaves are going to blow away. But hey, it's volunteer work. You get what you pay for. And right now, nobody's paying for anything, so it's going to be less messy. At least there's a pile of branches. Somebody can come out later with a broom and a shovel and get all the small mess we made. Let's grab something big over here. I'm feeling wild and adventurous. Grab a big log. This'll, the 102, I think they claim, I don't know if it's close to 10 inches. That's really fill the opening. You'll really need the IntelliSense feeder to slow things down. Really easy, no pot. I mean, they're nice cubic chips. They'll work. The cows will lay on them and poop on them nicely. Compared to that old wood chipper, this has 2 rolls, and it's a real positive feed. It pulls things right in. the woods chipper's still in the family, but this one, well, we were sharing that woods with like 3 people, and now since I got really fortunate to rob somebody at an online auction, we now have this contraption. And it's too big for everybody else's tractor. Like, we use a 66. It's a good fit for the horsepower. If we're feeling real feisty, we can put the 1086 on it and not even have to slow down the feeder. It just takes it all. I'm getting tired of pulling out those leafy branches, so I keep throwing this big stuff in while I'm filming in Yik Yak. I probably need to get back to work here. This isn't a government job. Okay, now we're going to test the size of our opening with this mess. Okay, I don't know for maxing out capacity, probably nowhere close, but this is one of the bigger manageable logs here. My question will be, can we get it started? Didn't break nothing. We're gonna have more like tree silage with all the leaves in here. That's gonna get hot and steamy for a few days. We're really turning this into a government job. Gotta work in the shade. We're getting just closer to the other pile of brush. I guess that's fast enough. A little bit over there. Let's see how many of these log pieces I can squeeze in. I gotta walk the long way around. This reposition doesn't work well with the tree. Well, this is an interesting sign. A sign that we have a lot more here than I realized. That pile back there does not look very big from the front. So let's start digging into it. There's a lot of wood, not much leaf. And we're having trouble keeping it on the pile good, so instead of making a mess of the yard here, well, let's run this home and unload it. Well, this hasn't changed since the last time we made wood chips for bedding. We still got to run back here and toss them off. I've got it on fast unload just to get them, well, off as quick as possible. And eventually we'll bring the skid steer out and we'll push the pile up. But for right now, I got to get this unloaded and go back and fill it again. Didn't realize there was going to be so many wood chips just from a Bradford pear falling. Now, like I said, it's going to be half tree silage or leaf silage. We're going to make some leaf cutting ants jealous. Our collection of leaves we got going here. And of course, course there's a breeze, so our pile is going to be everywhere but where we want it. Fast unload, moves pretty quick. See, it's fun when you chip multiple trees, you'll see the layers as you chip different pieces of wood. I do see some parts in there where it was like a dead branch that went through because it's not as bright. Well, that's a good sign. We're empty. A mostly concise pile. We'll have room for another spreader load to go there. Spinner's off. And gate's going down. Time to hit the road and refill.